Thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight. Miracle. There is a God. A beautiful one-year-old baby girl snatched right from under her parents' noses at Chuck E. Cheese 7 years ago. As we go to air, we learn she is alive.
A 14-month-old girl kidnapped from reportedly a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant 7 years ago has been found alive.
She was missing for so long.
Police were able to track the child to a home in the area.
Police raid this compound right here. It's actually a palm and tarot reader psychic shop in Phoenix.
This case has been going along for 7 years.
She was allegedly snatched by 3 of her aunts. That was back in 2003.
Police say 2 of the aunts distracted Amber's foster parents while the third took the baby.
After exhaustive search and investigation that night, those 2 were arrested for kidnapping. They characterized that as an adoption.
Officers go inside, raid the home, and what they find is a woman actually trying to hide Amber in a shower in one of the bathrooms under a pile of towels and clothes.
Her name and birth date had been changed, and she was not enrolled in any school.
Straight out to John Beard, reporter KNX News Radio. John, what happened?
You know, it is a miracle, as you're talking about this one-year-old girl kidnapped essentially by her aunts almost 7 years ago from a restaurant in Norwalk here in Southern California, and then she suddenly reappears. The Sheriff's Department got a tip about 8 months ago, the LA County Sheriff's Department, and working with the FBI and Phoenix Police, they were able to track this little girl who's now 7 to a home in Phoenix, Arizona. They went in with a warrant yesterday. Apparently, the people that had the little girl said that they had adopted her but had no paperwork, and they found her in the bathtub, in the shower, under a pile of clothes, but she's okay.
Incredible. 7 years have passed since Amber Rose went missing, snatched from a Chuck E. Cheese right under the nose of her parents. Straight out to you, Jane Casares. Tell me about what happened. How was she found?
Well, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, they got a tip, and that led them to the state of Washington, where they found the birth certificate of this youngster, and it had a footprint on it. So they got an order from a judge in Phoenix, Arizona, because the tip led them to that state, and with help with the Phoenix...
Back me up. What are you saying about a footprint?
A footprint on a birth certificate in the state of Washington that they believed was the footprint of this little girl, this little one-year-old that was abducted in 2003.
But Jane, how would they know that? Who would know about a child's footprint?
Because they had tips, they had information, and that led them to this birth certificate. And a birth certificate has footprints on it, normally. And so this led them to get a judge to execute an order. They went into a home to get the footprint and the DNA of little Amber Rose Nicklas, and they found that little girl in the bathroom, huddled under clothes as if they were trying to hide her, but they executed that order, got the footprint, and it was a match.
We are taking your calls. I want to get back to John Baird. John, the Chuck E. Cheese where the little girl was taken to start with, how was she taken? I mean, at that time, she was only 1 year old. I don't even know if she could walk at that time. I mean, she, for all I know, may have been in a stroller or a carry seat. How was she taken out of a Chuck E. Cheese?
My understanding is that the 3 aunts, I believe they were sisters of the biological mother, the 3 aunts were there to meet the foster parents and have an unsupervised visit with this child, and 2 of the aunts distracted the foster parents, and the 3rd aunt then escaped with the child, and she's been gone ever since. I mean, it really is amazing that after all this time, they could find her alive and well, but they have.
Well, back to you, Jane Casares. If we think that the aunts are responsible, couldn't they be located before now?
Well, 2 of them were shortly arrested after that, and they actually were sent to a juvenile facility because all were teenagers, all these aunts, but the one that actually did the kidnapping, they never found her. And the family that she was found with just the other day, they're not biological relations at all, totally different people.
So the baby had been given away to non-relatives, to strangers, to Sergeant Trent Crump, spokesperson with the Phoenix Police Department. We are thrilled. Tell me about finding the baby. What do you know?
Well, thank you, and good afternoon. Obviously, we are too. What we know is that we are an assisting agency on this, and we've been helping the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office for the past week to 10 days on some tips that they provided our way. We were thrilled yesterday, if that's the right word here, to be able to get a court order here in Phoenix to go to this house, serve this order, and within a couple of hours have evidence confirming that this was indeed the child that had been kidnapped almost 7 years ago. That's one of these things where in law enforcement, we don't turn our backs on these kind of cases, and as rewarding as they are, Nancy, they are heartbreaking as well. And this young girl was taken yesterday from the only people she knows.
Now, who are the people that had the child, Sergeant Crump?
Well, and understand, too, that we're assisting the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office at this point, and we didn't make any arrests. We did some interviews yesterday with them. We are withholding the information. I will tell you that yesterday we did detain and interview 2 adult females and an adult male, and those folks are obviously pending charges. Obviously, we know who they are.
What I'm asking you is, what do they do for a living? Why would they take in a baby under these circumstances?
Well, and I will agree with you on all of that, and there are a lot of unanswered questions here, but most of that is for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office in their kidnapping case, which is what they're working on now.
So you can't tell us anything about them at all? Were they employed? Was the child in good health? How was the child living? Shouldn't she be in school?
Yeah, she should be, and you're right. And yes, the child was in good health, and the living conditions, as described by case agents to me, was that it's an appropriate living condition for a small child, and that just meaning physically. The child was unharmed, and as I said before, yesterday was a very traumatic day for this young girl.
A 14-month-old girl kidnapped from reportedly a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant 7 years ago has been found alive. Police just located now 7-year-old Amber Nicklas at a home in Phoenix, Arizona. Police were able to track the child to a home in the area. Upon arrival, police reportedly say the girl was found hidden in the bathroom under a pile of towels and clothes.